Hey guys, first time talking on the mic, at least for this channel. I figured this base or this bunker concept warranted this. Probably as you saw in the title, this is I'm going to call it quadruple double seal bunker. This design I've had for probably, I want to say, a year or two, around there. I want to say a year and a half, around there. I've had this in my pocket for quite a while. I've designed quite a few bases around it. This is one of them right here. This one I'm going to work on quite a bit more. I really like this design, especially with the shooting floor and the different abilities you can do with it. You can make it multi-TC, or you can make it just extensions like I have here. There's a lot of things I'm going to experiment with this base, but anyways, this video is not about this base. This is about the bunker. So the bunker itself is quite elaborate. If you're not used to sealing or dealing with base or bunkers that are elaborate such as this, you're probably not the person to be watching this video. Or honestly, I don't know why you clicked on it if you didn't want to see a quadruple double seal bunker. But anyway, so here's the concept. So what it is a bare bones footprint, just like this. All it is a square foundation with adjacent triangles surrounding it like that, one side with triangles like that, and then squares like that. So it doesn't matter which side you have the squares or triangles on. Either side's probably going to have an entrance, just like here. We have two entrances, one on the front, one on the back. And then it's up to the end user what they want to do, face the back to wherever. It just depends on how, or the geology, or they have their base on, or where they want to put it. But anyways, moving on. So this is the bunker. You have a half wall right here. Above this, on the other side of this, is a triangle floor, armored, along with a floor right here, a square floor, armored. On top of that is a U-shaped stairs with the legs poking this way. That means the flat side is this way. Above that, right here, on the other side of this triangle, is a floor triangle that is sealing off the stairs. And then on top of that is a roof, and I will show you just how that works here in a second. You can get a better visual right here. So you have a roof poking through U-shaped stairs like that, and here's your floor triangle that's sealing the stairs. So anyways, above that you have a floor. This gains stability just enough to stay on top of the roof, and when you destroy the seal below, right here, when you destroy that seal, that floor and that entire assembly goes with it. And then you have the optional extra bunker right here with just a half wall, and then your floor like that. So that's 4 bunkers. I guess you could call it 2 bunkers if you wanted to include everything that's in this bunker right here. If you wanted to include that as a whole, it technically could be a double bunker, double seal design if you want to call it that. I'm calling it quadruple bunker, double seal, because that sounds cooler. But anyway, so I will show you how to seal it. So it's pretty simple. All you do is destroy that one up there. To seal it, all you do is you place a half wall stability floor like that. You're going to place an armored triangle like that. Doesn't have to be armored. It's up to the end user, whatever they want to make the grade of building, whatever they want to do with it. It could be metal, high quality, whatever you want. So after that, you can place these through the floor and upgrade these through the floor. It's really neat. So I'll show you here. So I placed twig through the floor, and then I upgraded it to armored. So you can do up to that much from down here. The other part will either have to be done by a clan member or someone who suicides. I forgot to mention, you should probably place your roof first before you suicide. So you want to place your roof just like that. You want to either spawn up here, or you have bags in here, or you have a second clan member ready to upgrade this. So they upgrade the roof to high qual, or whatever grade of material they want to upgrade it to. Just make sure it's the same material equivalent to the stairs and then the floor below. Anyways, so moving forward, after that you want to place your metal floor above that. That gains stability from the roof and sits on there. And then alternatively, or not alternatively, optionally, you could place a half wall like that, make that twig, and then above this place your metal floor like that. And that's your second bunker right there. So it's a double seal quadruple bunker. Anyway, so that's the concept I've been holding in my pocket for a while. There's a lot of things you can do with this, especially this part right here. This bunker I've used quite a bit. I have a couple different designs for it. One that I don't want to release publicly. It's an all triangles version of it, and it's pretty I guess you could say overpowered. I've used it quite a bit. I've never had it once rated, and it's pretty ridiculous. But anyways, may release a video on that, may not. I don't know. So anyways, moving forward, there are a couple drawbacks. Number one, the core is quite big. This core, as you can see, is quite massive. The entirety of this is the core. You can't make, one section of it the core. You can't do that. This entire thing, this entire footprint is the core. And you have to design your honeycomb around that. And that comes in play later on, especially when you're designing a shooting floor like this base right here. I think I did quite well here, but you really have to design your base around the honeycomb you put around it. So if you had one layer of honeycomb, you have to design your base around that. Maybe 2, 3, like I have here. You have to design your base around that. This is definitely not a starter unit. You cannot build this as a starter base. I'm not even going to attempt to try and make that possible, because it would be annoying to live in a bunker like this as a starter unit. It'd be very, very annoying. You could do it in theory, but it's just not meant for that. If you really want a nice little 2x2 bunker or something like that, I have another video on my channel. You can check that out. It's a very nice bunker design, and it uses the same concept where I have the half twig wall, and then your whatever grade of floor above that, and then you have your half walls above that, all facing the hard side in. So that concept is on my channel with the 2x2 design, same bunkers and that. So if you wanted something simple like that, go use that. Do not use this as a starter unit. This is meant for endgame bases. This is a very large blueprint. Once you start honeycombing it, it gets very big and costly. That's one reason, that's one drawback of this. The cost to build a base like this, I think this is a 46 rocket raid to the core. If you're going from honeycomb or through the bunker, it's 46 rockets, and it's quite expensive. It's, I think, 2 layers of high qual all around, 1 layer of metal on the front, and then 2 on the back. The reason it's 1 on the front is because I use vending machines as honeycomb for the core right here. So this is probably around a 60 to 70 rocket full raid if you're going for all of the loot, but going straight to the core is a 46 rocket raid. And for a 46 rocket raid, 1,000 and some odd high qual, yeah, 1.3 thousand high qual is quite costly, although that could be shaved down quite a bit. Like I said, I'm still going to be working on this base and different designs for it, but it can be shaved down quite a bit. It's really up to the end user what they want to have. Either 1, 2 layers, they want to make this, a beefy boy like this, or make it a small boy. It's up to the end user. They can have 1 layer or no layers of high qual, or honeycomb. It's up to the user. But the reason I wanted to show this today is it's a very nice bunker concept. It's complex, yes, but I think with a little bit of, I guess, repeating this video and watching me build it over and over, it's pretty simple to remember, or to memorize. It's pretty simple. Back to the drawbacks. So one of them was the COB, cost to build. The second one is the adjacent triangles. So the bunker itself, the cost to raid it is higher than the adjacent triangles you'd have, and that's just because it's not floor stacked. It's hard to floor stack a blueprint like this. If someone wants to, send me a video of them freehand placing this exact blueprint and figuring out a way to do that and making it pretty easy, I can upload a video on that, give them credit, whatever they want. But as far as I know, I've tried freehand placing the adjacent triangles for this, and then attempting to build and four stack off those. It's just really hard to do. Freehand placing is still a really hard thing to do, especially when you're attempting to place down a base in game and there's a lot of shooting going on, whatever it may be. It's definitely not something you want to do just willy-nilly, go out there and do it. So these floors are metal right here, and I'll show you why. It's to demonstrate what I was talking about. So if they blew through one of these side triangles like this, all it is 8, 16, 15, and then they destroy the twig right there to their bunker, and then come back up, destroy the trapdoors. That's 1 rocket each, and then they're into the core, and everything's open. So that is a fault. There's 2 ways to fix this. One way is to do it how I have, or set it up how I have here. Use a trapdoor as bait. Most people would see this and instantly go for the trapdoor and not the surrounding adjacent triangles, and that's because trapdoor is easier to raid. It costs less, so they blow through this, and then they drop down into the stability floor with metal right there. And then that continues down even further, where you have another trapdoor, and then the same thing, your triple bunker down here. So that's one way to do it. Out of everyone I've talked to that I've showed this base, they immediately, first impression, would go straight for the trapdoor. I've never had one person say they'd aim for the adjacent triangles, and that's because most people don't know this blueprint. I haven't shared it with a lot of people. They don't know this bunker concept, but once I showed them, they realized, oh shit, it would have been easier to go through the triangles. So that's one way to fix it. Second way, and it does get quite costly, especially if you start going up in floors, you can high quality adjacent floors like this. You'd have to high quality the entire core, the entire floors to the core, going all the way down to make it the same raid cost as the bunker, and which gets quite costly. That's 2 floors are just high quality, and it gets pretty expensive pretty quick. So it's up to you if you want to be thorough and use high quality floors just in case. If you're one of those people who doesn't want to take chances, then you can go ahead and do that. But I stick with metal and trapdoors simply because it's a mind game, I guess you could say, and most people will go for the trapdoors, so I'm not particularly worried about someone aiming for the adjacent triangles. And I guess the third and final drawback of this base, or this concept, is it's pretty hard to design honeycomb and bases around it. The few concepts I have for it are pretty cool. There's something like this, and I have a smaller version and an even bigger version of this exact base. It's quite hard, or it's not hard, but it's quite costly to design a base that is high cost in raid as well as low cost in building. I find that's pretty hard to do with any base nowadays, but it's hard to do with this base, especially because of the core being so big, and I guess it would be the final drawback of it. But there are a lot of pros. First off, that triple bunker design no one really knows of. I designed it myself. I didn't find it on any other person's YouTube channel. I didn't find it from anyone I knew. I didn't talk to anyone, and they've already known that concept. No one I've ever really talked to has figured out that kind of bunker. So I'm gonna call it my own. If someone out there had a video uploaded before me showing off that bunker, then I will gladly give credits to you, but I did discover it myself. But anyways, so I guess my final note for this bunker is if you have freehand placement, if you can somehow design a blueprint that surrounds this with freehand placement of foundations, or you just found a better way to seal it, and some more elaborate ways to I guess seal the bunker or design the bunker, that would be greatly appreciated if you could send me some videos or whatnot. I'm on Evil Worst Discord channel, pretty much known as Mailman02, or either Mailman02, or it's probably Gibby Requires Skill Check. Either one of those, you can contact me through there and then send me your videos, pictures, whatnot. Anyways, I hope you guys go ham with this bunker concept. Hope you have fun, go around, play with it, design your bases, send me pictures of it, whatever you want to do. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day, and peace out.